Welcome to Paranormal Gateway First Talk. I'm the host Scott Wise. Tonight's special guests are David, TJ, and Anna from Til Death Investigations. Formed in 2021 by David Patrick following the sudden and unexpected death of a friend and coworker of his. So Death Investigation was established by the means of seeking answers that would or could be answered anymore by the living. By assistance of his wife, Melinda Marshall, and two founded, it was soon to become a YouTube series and now just recently released till death first feature film, Remember. Along the way, David turned his longtime friend TJ Larry and his wife Nikki to join the team without hesitation till death investigations. By the time the crew went to start filming their pilot episode, D1 members joined the crew, with Ed Duvall and Average Jane, who was interested in paranormal and skill sets of videography, photography, and roadship, and founding members to death. Investigation is now underway to look into the answers of the afterlife and presenting them to a worldwide audience. Now going to filming the third season of their series, so Death to gain the membership can be sued Chris Bixby and most recently Virginia based spiritual medium Anna Brandon Marte. So without further ado, it's welcome to the investigation to the show. Well, how about
You
his last name right? Is it Brandon Marte?
Brandon Mark.
No, all right.
Well, you know what? Honestly, we just know her as Anna.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But
It-
thank you for having us, Scott. We appreciate it.
and with Brandon?
So Anna is actually running a little late right now. She's actually out for her birthday uh, evening, uh, where she lives down in Virginia. So she does apologize that she couldn't make it, but if she's a little late, hopefully we can
Wow.
pull her right in. Hopefully.
Well, happy birthday, Anna.
So
I know from the introduction, you start the group because of best friend you had.
yep,
Do you want
actually, well, the foundation of Till Death was actually based on uh, one of my coworkers that I used to work with. Unfortunately, he lost his life a few years ago, and me and him used to talk a lot at the station, and just ideas like different places. And I always like to think of Brandon as being the foundation of Till Death because, um, you know, that's why we do this. We want to seek answers for those who have passed that can't talk to us now that they're gone. Um, but honestly, like the whole going into investigations and talking to the dead, honestly started with this guy. Back in our teen years. I know that you want to tell that story
Yeah,
because
it's one of my favorites. Yeah,
All
so
right.
we were in school, and he just come up to me one day. He's like, "Hey, you want to come over to my place and hang out later?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I get over to his place, and he's like, "Yeah, you wanna go down to the basement? I got a Ouija board down there." I'm like,
Oh God.
I don't know,
That's one of my questions tonight. So
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I was pretty skeptical about that kind of stuff. Anyway,
well, first of all, I'm asking you to go into my basement.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
a
first
little.
sign not to do that.
I mean, we've been friends a long time already, So yeah, just come into my basement.
Sucker.
Yeah, so it's a little weird, but yeah. So we get down there. Like I said, I was pretty skeptical at the time, but he was taking it super serious. So I was kind of messing with him a little bit, and he got a little angry. So we ended that night. And we didn't really revisit it until we started doing this again. He called me up one day and he's like, "Hey, I got a proposition for you. Would you think you'd like to be a cameraman for some ghost investigations and stuff?" I'm like, "Well, absolutely, man, no problem. It's gonna be fun." And then I was talking to my wife after getting off the phone with him, and she's like, "Oh, I want to do that too." So we went from 2 to 3 immediately. And then when I got to work the next day, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he said that he and his wife would really like to do that kind of thing too. So by the time it got to doing our first episode, we brought them onto the crew, and at first it was only going to be probably like the one episode, but they enjoyed it a lot. We enjoyed having them, so they just stuck with us the entire time. So it grew exponentially, really quickly. Our crew, and within the first season, I think of filming everything, we had gotten Chris and Kimmy also.
Yeah,
You
that was at the very end. That was our season finale.
Yeah, at the
back at the Sherwood.
Yeah, Sherwood and Green.
Kimmy and Chris were just participants with the tour groups, and the last night, they were just like pounding out questions with the spirit, and I was like, you know what, I'm really impressed. I was like, hey, if you guys want, join our crew, and second season, I mean, I just blew up. It was great. We were getting a lot of hits. I'm so sorry. I got an email. But I mean, like, we've come a long way so far.
Yeah, and we were completely raw, like completely green to the whole thing. We had
few episodes of the first season was like
low quality equipment, and we're doing all the editing and everything ourselves, so it was very extremely low budget, like like $200-$300, and that's for the entire season.
What's below B movie?
We don't get into it, but it was just everything is extremely raw, and so we go into it wanting to give something authentic that we can be proud of putting out, and that other people will know that we're not just trying to get views or play to the emotions of things and everything. We don't do any theatrics, no crazy stunts or anything like that. It's basically just us in the moment. Yeah. And the first season, like I said, it's pretty raw. It's rough to listen to sometimes because the equipment we use, like the spirit box and stuff, is just very loud, and it's dominant throughout the episode. So the whole time you're listening to this radio chatter just going off and off and off. So the next season, the second season, we adopted a different method called the Estes method, to where you didn't hear it on the video. We just heard it, in real time. Yeah. Which made it a lot easier to watch. So
and more views too. Yeah, because even with my wife Melinda Marshall, who's our executive producer, I mean, she's the one that flips all the bills for us, so I'm happy with that. I love you. But she told us, it's like it's not a good idea to keep on using the radio, the backward sweep and all that audibly, holding it out in front of the camera. And so there's a lot of background noise. So we were like, you know what, let's switch it up a little bit in the next season, and we did. And that was a lot more.
I think it was better overall,
especially with the rawness.
Yeah, for the experience too, because you got one person listening to it. So you get a better chance of hearing a response instead of having a group of people listening to it and all trying to interpret what it says. So instead of having like 6 or 7 people all thinking that it says something different, you got one person, listening to it. I think it's a clearer aspect of what you're looking for.
And also with, especially with TJ, TJ, I'm always throwing them, behind the headphones and the blindfold. Because honestly, like he's one of our strongest conduits that we like to use. Because if you do watch some of the episodes, and especially with the movie, Remember, there's a lot of bits with him in it that he's sitting there and he doesn't know what's going on. He didn't know anything until we started editing.
A lot of the places that we visit, I'm told not to gather any information. Don't do any research about it. They want me to come in completely, and then
we do that.
Yeah, it's usually the way we do things. Is my wife does a lot of the research. And I'm supposed to sit there doing nothing, right? So she gets a little angry sometimes because she's got to find all this. And she can't talk to me about it, to ask me if it's a good idea, that kind of thing. I'm like, no, I'm not allowed to know, But it's worked out. It's worked out really well for us.
Yeah, and especially with shout out to Anna, our newest member now that we have on the team. Anna's our spiritual medium. Now, even before in the first two seasons, we never thought that we would actually get a spiritual medium
Right.
with our production wise, or even on our investigations, because it's not like we didn't trust mediumship. It's just that how can you actually put mediumship into an investigation? Um, but luckily, we lucked out with Anna, who's from Virginia, and she's the one that contacted us when we were just making a regular casting call when we were filming the movie, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not an actress or anything, but I was wondering if you need a medium." I'm like, all right. I mean, sure, why not? Let me get back to you. I didn't show. I asked her. I'm like, well, do you want to know anything about it? She's like, nope, I don't want to know nothing about the location. But if you want me on the team, I will be more than happy to. I'm like, all right. So we finished up wrapping up the film, and I called up Anna, and I was like, hey, we'll do one more investigation where we can actually add you into the production, and see what you get. We'll have you do a walkthrough, and she did. She went through the whole house, and she was hidden like these spirits that this movie is based on, and she was hitting all the key points that we wanted to take away. And I'm like, this is precise. Like I said, she didn't know nothing about um, the location. Like even the day of
Yeah, yeah.
picking her up at the hotel um, that she was staying at and bring her to the Bundy house, nothing. Didn't have no information, and she all like even on the car ride, she was like, I'm sensing this woman. This woman's trying to tell me that she wants to communicate with me, but I have no idea who she is. And this is like 10 blocks away from the house, you know, and it was just like it was a phenomenal investigation that night. It was really key points like boom, 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 and it added into the storytelling of the film.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of what she was hitting on was really coinciding with what we had investigated, and we investigated that location a couple of times in the past.
like 3 times.
So it's the information that we gathered over the first 2 or 3 investigations was coherent or not coherent. It was concise. Like it was every time we investigated, we got a lot of the same information. So to have her come and join the team and hit on those points and not knowing anything about it was pretty cool.
It just adds to that rawness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a nice addition to the production.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we always say going these 2 or 3 times to good location. Because you never know. I mean, especially if they're world big location, like huge, we go back.
Yep.
But yeah. But I started back in like, I'm going to show my age here, I'm sorry. I started back around in like 1998 when we first got together with a few friends. Um, but didn't I ended up getting married and had a kid. So I went there a few years till he got older. So we had 6 or 7 years old. I thought they found a group to get together with.
Mm.
So we actually started one in 2007. And so we did we did some church history libraries. We did jails and prisons, and like we did history of house. We did Paul Meyer Museum. Got to do a lot of work. And so we got very fortunate with stuff we got. But it was like you're saying when you first start off with the raw stuff with the old stuff. I first started off back in we didn't have I had the actual VCR.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's way back then.
yeah, yeah. And Yeah. Well, I just turned 56, so. Uh,
Yeah, we.
Anyways, I originally I lived in York, PA, growing up.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
okay.
born and raised, and I was a half an hour, 40 minutes from Gettysburg.
Mhm.
So we got to go to Battlefield a lot.
Huge
Um,
Mecca.
wow, yeah, that was great. We got some stuff there too. But yeah, like it's we're fortunate and stuff we got. I got tons of EVPs backed up. I have this 4 terabyte hard drive
Mhm.
that have a lot of my EVPs on, and I got a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
So you were saying about we were actually approached by Discovery Channel one time to do a show. They want us to do like how the Ghost Stars win this stuff. They
Yeah.
want to have like a series with us,
Okay.
but we told them we'd love the contract and stuff. But what happened there was we explained to them, well, ghost hunters, you always have something that happens all the time.
Yep.
All right, every episode had, whoa, what's that? What's that? And when you do get stuff, it's pretty cool. But we explained to them that if we do this, if we do investigation, we don't get anything,
Mhm.
then we don't want you to be upset about it,
Right.
Mhm.
right? So they're gonna back to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and they want all rights to our stuff too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
They do what they want with it.
Yeah.
So I
That's why
actually,
honestly, just staying independently, you know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
more fun, you know.
yeah.
It takes the
Plus,
business aspect out of it, you know.
Exactly.
plus the first group I belonged to, after I left, there was a place called the Ship Inn, and I was in Exton, Pennsylvania, and we
Mhm.
did an investigation there. Well, it was like 2 years after me and my friend that I grew up with. I knew him since seventh grade. He was in my group too,
Mhm.
and we split out into our own group called GASP, GASP,
Mhm.
and I was with them for probably 16 years now. We get back together every once in a while. We'll do an investigation when I go back to New York or something. We'll find something to do.
Nice. Nice.
But anyways, so we decided not to go that route. But anyways, what happened was they decided, though I'm not going to stay in the group, but they decided to go ahead and they did my ghost story,
Mhm.
and I think that's what it was. And they did Ship In, and my friend and me were in the bar area. Back then, we were using the flashlights.
Mhm.
We haven't used them much anymore because depending with the temperature, it can trigger it on and off too.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
we
okay.
so sometimes we get on command now. We kind of fell away from it a bit.
Mhm.
It creates so much other equipment to go by, so we can put that aside. But anyways, with what happened was they used that video of that happening
Mhm.
with me and my friend, or my
Mhm.
and they said it was that other guy was on the team and his friend, the other guy on the team.
Huh.
So, yeah, we didn't get any recognition for it. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't. It's just weird. Oh my god, that's me and him. So whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another reason I don't go for that. And the episode they did was showing stuff like, oh my god, what's that light there?
Yeah.
And I go back and I look through it, and they're going down through, and it's a reflection of the guy's camera
Mhm.
on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I was like, that's amateur hour,
Yeah.
and I have my name in that group for 2 years. So I'm like,
Mhm.
so
Yeah. That's the thing. You know, I think it's really hard when us investigation teams are out there and we're trying to like in a way, sell it. I'm going to use that word, sell it to the audience. That this is actually occurring. You know, and it's interesting because even at we did a special premiere screening at the Bundy House when we released the film 2 weeks before we released it onto our channel and to a number of festivals. And that night, we actually, well, not we, but Anna, she was there at the premiere. And afterwards, she was going around the house taking pictures and all that, and especially at the screening itself. And she actually did capture something that was questionable, you know. But the whole thing is, so how can we justify it? It was just us and a few of the viewers that came out that night and the staff, but nobody. Because if you look at the picture, I believe I sent it to you. The picture actually shows this woman's face, and it looks very old fashioned. And I know that we had a movie there and we filmed it. Nope, not that one. That's actually at the 1890s house. I don't know how I
Okay.
see that one, but that's a good one though. That's
All right.
but
Let's
this
try
actually,
that one on.
this photo, we'll share a story with this one though. This
Okay.
was
All right.
actually
Cool.
at, this was actually at the 1890s house in Cortland, New York, with Dream Seekers Paranormal.
Hmm.
Bob and Cindy Coughlin, they were having a tour, and this young lady from, I believe she was up by the Albany area, Fiona Martin. Yes, that was her name, Fiona Martin. She was in the tour, and she was going around taking pictures, and she went to this one room, and unfortunately, with the one photo, this was actually the more close up. Uh, this was the one room. I think it was a sitting room, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And she was out in the hallway when she took this picture. So this is about 15, no, not 15 feet, about 10 feet into the room. And there's another door that you can see in this picture here. Now, from what Bob and Cindy Coughlin of Dream Seekers Paranormal was telling me about the story, they were saying that this is possibly uh, the madam of the house. So the woman on the right is actually the mother of the gentleman to the left, Frederick. I do remember that name because if you ever watch that episode, you'll understand why I know that name by heart.
Mhm.
Me and Frederick didn't have a very good evening that night when we did our dual investigation with Dream Seekers that night. That was a good episode. But there was another one, and I hope I did send it to you, bud. And if I send you this one by mistake, I do apologize.
That one.
Oh, this one. Okay, now this one. This is another one that's questionable.
Yeah, this one was real interesting.
This was interesting, right? Because this was actually the night that we were filming. Now, the woman in this freeze frame here, that's Samantha Morris. She's our actress that portrayed Julia Bundy, and this was at the Bundy house. Now, what the what the question is about this photo is this black figure that's in the hallway. Um, and we're like, we actually, this was a kind of stumped us because there's nothing in that hallway that would cast that shadow. Because if anybody's been inside the Bundy house, there's a staircase, and you go up the staircase. There's no post on the very top, so we ruled that out. There's no coat hanger or anything that's out on the hallway right there. And we were just like, wow. Now, who found that though?
I can't recall. I don't remember.
Somebody. Man, it's in our group chat too.
Because I don't think anybody really noticed it until we released the film.
Yep.
Like it was found afterwards, and then they got sent back to us.
Yep. And they're like, "Hey, did you notice, or did you guys have somebody out in the hallway or something?" Now it was only me, TJ, and Nikki that were in this room with Sam. This is actually one of those nights that we were filming, and it was just Sam that was acting that night because there was some scheduling problems going on.
Yeah, so there were only 4 of us in the entire building, and we were each in this room at the time that this was all going on. So yeah, to see that silhouette in the background is strange.
Yeah.
We don't know, can't explain where it came from.
Yeah.
Wow.
And honestly, Sam here, the actress, she was talking to a teleprompter.
Yeah.
Well, another thing, and this thing you know says that your light source is coming from behind you. So there's not no other lights in the other room to cast
Nope.
anything over.
Nope.
Yeah.
That hallway was the only light was the chandelier. Or not chandelier. It's like just wall lights,
like a wall sconce.
Yeah, that are in the stairway, but they wouldn't be illuminating that light.
And it wouldn't have been a soft blue light that they shined anyway. It'd been like a yellowish,
Right.
hue.
Right.
Yep. So, like I said, this is definitely one of those things that we look at, and are we automatically saying this is something supernatural? No, we try to figure out what could have been caused. We always look at the science behind the paranormal. Can we debunk this ourselves? Because even with our first episode, we captured, actually Nikki captured a photo that looked like a silhouette of a man with a hat on.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went back to the location later, it was just something that was very properly placed that looked in a shadow of a man with a hat on.
Yeah, it was tucked away in the back of a room. Just inadvertently, things just happened to be stacked up in a certain way that it cast a shadow that looked like a person standing there.
Yeah.
But upon further investigation, we went back and saw that nope, that's just these objects stacked on top of each other.
So it's all about debunking at the same time. Even though as exciting as something would be with capturing a photo of actual spirits, i.e. the first photo that you showed, Scott, with oh gosh, we haven't been back there in so long.
Yeah.
What was her name? Marion? I don't know. Yeah, that one. Oh, what was her name?
Mary?
I think you're right.
No, that's not Mary. That's not Mary. Oh, I wish I remembered their name.
That's my mom's name, Mary.
Oh, really? Oh, that's the main character of the movie.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Is Mary Celeste?
No, not Mary Celeste.
Yeah.
Close though. Mary O'Shea.
I did, yeah. One of them Mary Celeste.
But this photo that was captured by Fiona, just blew everybody away, because this is actually one of the first photos that we could actually say this is actual spiritual. This is an actual spirit photo of ghosts actually captured on photo. It's amazing that she was able to get this. I'm very lucky too.
All right.
So we give her all the props and credit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. I wish there was. I wish I saved the photo. I thought I did, buddy. Darn it.
Well, I've got more photos here. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Here's one.
Oh, look at that. There's me and Ed.
Yeah.
That was at Pink Hill. That was actually when it was just me, TJ, and Nikki, and we were just like test running with filming. We went to Pink Hill first, and we were getting very good hits, and it was just like, oh, this might be actually a true legend, because actually we investigated just a legend of Pink Hill.
Yeah. It was. We started the investigation in a very small cemetery out in the middle of the woods, and then just down the road from there was a foundation of an old homestead that we ended up finding and doing some investigation into it. But like David said, it was just the three of us to begin with. This when we very, very first started. This ended up being our second or third episode in total. But we ended up revisiting that location with Ed and Amber once they joined our crew.
Yeah, and actually that's Ed right there on the left, and Amber's right behind. Yep. Wow, look how skinny I was.
Yeah. So we did another investigation with them, and I think we ended up going back to that location 3 times also.
Yep. And the third time was the charm because that was when we actually pieced together the legend of Pink Hill with the actual murder that happened up there.
Yeah.
Which blew us away. It was like phenomenal. That was a good investigation too. And that was where you doing the Estes method up there. That was like hidden points too. That was great.
Yeah, there was a lot of direct responses to the questions being asked. It was just immediate direct responses.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. The Estes method. Well, I have one of the S boxes that they use.
Yep. That's it. The S box. That's what we used a lot in the first season.
Yeah. I love that thing.
Yep.
I have another picture here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's Amber.
Yeah.
So you take
SOS.
Yep. So that's Amber Jean. That's Ed's wife. This actually, when we screenshotted this photo, so the contraption to the right, that's our SLS camera.
SLS camera. We have those too.
Yep. I tell you, they do come in handy.
Yeah.
So that's why you got all these little dots on there.
Dots are, Now she's being mapped.
She's being mapped because at this moment, I remember this moment. This is actually when Amber was somebody grabbed her on the shoulder, her left shoulder. So in this shot, it's actually her right shoulder. Somebody actually grabbed her shoulder, and she's like, "Is somebody touching me right now?"
They've pitch black up in those woods. We had
nobody was there. No light sources. It's an old settlement. It's a ruin right now. But somebody grabbed her shoulder, and she said, "Did you just grab my shoulder?" And she had the S box in her hand here that's behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
She was holding it up, kind of like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And it came over on the box. Yes. So it was a direct response. And we got that with the SLS camera that we had somebody like the stick figure was right behind her with their hand on her shoulder. It was just precise, That was good. Oh man, so many great locations we've been to.
Yeah, yeah, we had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are back at PA. We used to go up to Pioneer Cemetery, and it was like a real small cemetery. So some of the stones were back from the late 1700s.
Oh wow! So early settlement.
Yeah, settlers. Yeah, because there's a old paper mill that was that was all rundown stuff, but we had a good hit on that SKS camera there. Up in front of the grave, it had it like zipped back and forth across the grave for us.
Oh, nice.
It's like, wow, you caught that. I think, oh, yeah. That place, too, was like 2 miles up the mountain.
Yep.
And
if
you get lucky, it'll be a moonlit night. But if there's no moon, you can't see in front of your face.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's how pitch black it was. So.
No.
But we were there a few times.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was very fortunate to get as far as we got with the friends I had. I
Yeah.
have a picture. I have a picture here. I guess when you're producing.
Oh yeah. Yep. That was.
Yeah, that's a cool picture. I like that picture. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a. Yep. That's us in our moment of production wise. We have my my fat head on the left. We have Ed to the right of me. Ed was our director of cinema, so he's our lead cameraman. Next to him is his son Eddie.
Mhm.
Now Eddie was our best boy,
That's great.
best script boy. He pretty much was like what they call the gopher.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
I mean, this kid did everything for us. You know, I give him so much props. His brother Garrick now was the lead antagonist, I guess, of the film. Um, now this scene was when Mary actually comes back from Philadelphia, and you got, of course, our lead lady Tina Gray. She's the one in the middle, and then we got Samantha on the right. We got TJ holding the boom. You
Yeah.
do that so well, bro. You
Yeah.
do a good job,
Yeah.
man.
Pick things up and put them down.
You know,
So
but
how sore are you after a night doing that?
It's you find a good position and you hold it for as long as you can, and you adjust when you need to. And fortunately, there were a lot of cuts, so it wasn't so bad.
yeah, I think we did about 13 takes of just this one scene.
Yeah.
But honestly, we had a lot of fun making this film too. You know, um, and hopefully, I mean, we'll see how season 3 goes with the series. But if people actually enjoyed the film, and they want to see more, I think we would definitely be willing to do it. We just got to find a location that has, a good story. And, there's actually a couple of stories in mind that I've had that I would love to do a screenplay on. But I can't divulge on that right now. Is it divulge or indulge? Yeah, one of those words.
Yeah.
That's why Mindy does, or Linda does all the editing on the, script and.
Or you can't elaborate right now.
Yeah.
That's right. But no.
Yeah, I have a few of your videos. You want to do them first? You want to do EVPs first?
Actually, you know what? Let's do the EVP, Scott, because they were all taken at this location. I'll tell everybody real quick and yourself. This was actually at a library, and I give my wife credit on this one. We just moved into this village, the town that we're based out of, Oxford, New York. And, we moved in town. Now, growing up in Norwich, Oxford was kind of our rival town that we used to, butt heads with.
6 miles south of our hometown. So,
still
local. But.
When I moved into town, the wife found the house. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll move to Oxford. I went off to the city to work, so I was gone for like 10 years. So hopefully not everybody forgot who I was. Nope, everybody remembers me. Yeah. But anyway, so we're doing a little tour around the village, and we stop into the library. My wife's a big bookworm, so she found her heaven. And we're in there. I'm like, this is a really nice library. It's old. It's probably haunted. And she's like, oh, I bet it's definitely haunted. So I give my wife credit that she kind of like guided us into investigating the Oxford Library. So when we were in the Oxford Library, the first investigation that we did there, again, we were there like a couple times. Yeah. And the EVPs that we captured there were all gathered by TJ and Nikki. So whenever you're ready, go ahead, Scott.
And which one was this?
These were the most clearest.
I have Bird Room. I have if we captured in Child's Room.
Which one?
In the children's room.
Oh, the children's room. Yes, that one. Yeah.
All right.
The wallpaper they had up, and these lovely arches that are everywhere.
I heard that.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
No,
Yep. So we believe that was actually Theodore Burr, who built the house back in the 1800s, early 1800s. And I'll go into the backstory with that too, because it's history. You know,
There's a lot.
a lot of
in the
history.
There's that another one. I have in children's room.
Yep.
It's cool.
That was a big hit in the children's room with you guys.
I'll do the next one here.
Okay.
Spirit box.
I think so.
I'll take a full sentence.
Yep.
That's one word.
Now
Wow.
you definitely hear the now.
Mhm.
Where was it? Sit down.
I can't remember.
Ah.
It was a-
Can you play that one more time, Scott?
Sure.
Okay.
Spirit box.
I think so.
Yes. Yep. Oh, what were you doing?
I think we were just getting ready. Like we were just setting up. Like we didn't even start to investigate yet. We were just sitting there getting comfortable, getting ready to start investigating. And then because I asked her if she had the spirit box, and I don't even think we had started the investigation yet, and we didn't know that we had captured it in the moment until they started doing the editing and going through the footage.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's another one to
Yep.
call second EVP call.
Okay.
But I want to sing that. It's a good time.
By the name of Theodore Burr here.
I heard that, but
Yeah, it's very faint on that one.
I heard pretty good. I'll play again.
Okay.
By the name of Theodore Burr here.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't make it the same, but
Yeah.
It's low.
Yeah.
here though. And I think there's one more in the bird room.
You know,
I'll
like I
play
said, just the library itself, I think we've had the most EVPs captured there.
Mhm.
You know, they're very talkative there, the Burr family. Did you just say something?
No.
That's weird to say anything. I swear to God, you just said Burr.
Nope.
Okay, that's weird. Anywho, jeez. Now I'm hearing stuff, Scott.
All right.
So, a little background on the Theodore Burr. Theodore Burr was actually like a founding architect to society. You know, he actually invented the Burr Truss Bridge, which later on became inspiration behind nowadays suspension bridges that we have. You know, we're looking at Manhattan Bridge, we're looking at the Brooklyn Bridge, we're looking at the Golden Gate Bridge. So this guy actually was on the right track with his bridges. Unfortunately, you know, tragedy struck in 1805. His daughter Theodosia accidentally slipped into the icy Shenango River right behind the house. At 5 years old, I believe she passed. Ever since after that, the guy's, you know, like any parent, absolute travesty. You know, it destroyed him, it destroyed the family. Like his cousin Aaron Burr, you know, kills a freaking treasurer of the United States. That wasn't a really smart idea, but that's Aaron. um, However, he just disappeared from history. The family packed up and left.
I think there's only like one or two of the original bridges still up in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
One of them is out by Sleepy Hollow, Tarrytown. So, and that's the thing. We look into the history of these locations. Not because we want to be like, all right, who's out there? Who wants to talk to us?
Yeah.
We gotta have some names though, because especially if you get like, I did I send you a clip of Henry?
Henry. Would be a video or
Possibly EVP.
I have one in the bird room I didn't play yet. Would that be it?
That might be it. That might be it.
Oh, sorry.
The reason as to why Theodore moved away from here down to Pennsylvania?
Oh, what did he say?
He just said, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's a lot of mystery behind, what happened to him.
Yeah, because like Dave said, he just kind of up and moved away and just lost touch with everything.
Even the young lady that runs the Theodore Burr museum in the library, Nancy. Was it Nancy? I think it was Nancy. God, we really should go back to some of these places. She asked me when we were gathering some information. I asked her, I'm like, well, if we do get in contact with these spirits, is there anything that you would like us to ask, and find out for you guys? She's like, well, if you can you find out where Theodore is buried? Because nobody knows where he's buried. They know that he's buried in Pennsylvania, but nobody knows where. So unfortunately, this kind of backs that up of, why he packed up. And he simply says, yeah, but he's not going to indulge of why, and that's why we do this. We want to know why.
Yeah, that's what when I first started off and got a lot of stuff we did. I'm like, as something else because I started off, I didn't have any experiences whatsoever, and that's one of the reasons I started doing it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, dude, I see spirit. I can see shadows all the time. I can see them. We got investigations. I got touched already, and got whispers in our ear, and um, uh, over the years, you get more tuned to your environment. You go out, and so the more investigation you do, you get more, into it.
Because
But
once you open that door,
oh yeah,
it,
and
opens, it opens up
I
like
got
a floodgate.
I got somebody here. So must have brought her back from the investigation a few years ago because um she here. Well, it doesn't bother you. She's her
Like an
calls her mom.
attachment?
Huh?
Like an attachment?
Well,
Like you're
I
talking
knew
like
she's
that?
but I think I say she's in there. She every once in a while, but it's not, for a little while. Because I think she came to last place. So last place I was at, I was do dishes and a small apartment, and so kitchen here the hallway. It goes back to the bedrooms and bathroom, and doing dishes like corner line. Goodbye. Okay. So I knew her. And my dumbass did AVP, and they asked her if he was there, and she said yes. I told her the name. I suggest now don't ever do that on your own house. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what you're bringing in. But
Yep. Same thing
I
with
always,
Ouija boards.
yeah, yeah,
Know how to run them.
yeah. Anyways, you talk about the library.
Mhm.
We did one in Pennsylvania. I was like three floors in the basement,
Mhm.
and the whole front was just windows and glass windows.
Mhm.
Well, we got the librarian who ran the library and all the the commercial stuff and the advertising stuff, and that's her job. And she decided to join the ghosting group, so she got us in there for an investigation. Well, she got permission and everything from town to do it, and so we're doing investigation, and I come upstairs and um, they're checking equipment, and there's a cop car out, but lights go on.
Yep.
I'm like, what the hell, really? So there's a bunch of still upstairs, and we all got together and got her to go to the door, and there what's going on. And she goes, we have permission to do it. But I say, can you imagine driving by there and seeing these flashlights in there going around? These are, what the hell's going on there? So that's why I stopped and seen a lot of flashlights and stuff in there. And like,
Mm.
but that place was, you got some lot of stuff out there.
That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
See that anywhere you go, we can
Uh,
find something. Because they do. The dead wants to talk. They want to tell us their stories.
we
You just gotta
we've
listen.
been very fortunate with the stuff we got
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
through the years. So yeah. So I have I think I have all of the AVPs, but I have I had a video that you just sent.
Yep.
The one that works this time.
Yeah.
So that, I love to have. I blame my Google. I blame Gmail. So,
Yeah,
what,
I
what,
think it was probably on my side there, Scott.
nah. Hey, I'm sticking up for you. I got you covered. All right, I'll go ahead and share a screen. I'll play it. So since it's big, I have to do a screen for
Hopefully it works.
it. Is there?
Oh yeah, that one.
There it is. Oh, got the wrong one. Sorry,
Oh.
my fault. Her name's screwed up.
Oh no.
Here, that stop sharing. Yeah, I picked wrong. I picked wrong tab. Nope. All right. We're having fun.
It's okay, man.
I'll find it here. What the program is PTPT code. Here it is.
Oh, here we go.
There, Bill.
There's that guy.
You,
I know the
Who is that handsome guy there?
guy.
everybody wants to know.
You guys see all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you want to tell us anything? You wanted us to come here? tell us a story through TJ? Tell us your story. Ready to listen.
Mary, can you tell us why when another woman comes into this room, they start feeling uneasy?
Hurting. Were you hurting?
Did somebody hurt you? Yes. Can you give us a name, Mary? Who hurt you?
Well, if
Cool.
you want to find out what happens, you gotta watch the film.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. So that was actually the clip. That's actually right in the movie. But I'll let you explain that one because he actually when we first did our second investigation at the house, the Bundy house, we started off up in what they call the whisper room, which used to be the old, what they had as a music room. So we went up there, and now this room, we're up there, and TJ's doing his first Estes method of the evening, and that's when I'll let him tell the story now.
Well, I don't know. It's because I've never felt myself to be like a clairvoyant or anything like that, or even sensitive to any of this stuff. I've always been kind of skeptical about it, but for whatever reason, I'm able to concentrate enough and put myself in a state of zen to where I'm more alert of what's coming through. So I guess I'm a good conduit, but for whatever reason, it works out when I'm doing it. But I almost get like a tunnel vision, so to speak. Like everything is just pitch black, and then it's like warp speed, and then I'm in this trance, and it takes a while. I lose all track of time, sense of where I am. Like I kind of feel like I'm floating a little bit, but I'm still aware enough to speak on what I'm hearing. So it doesn't put me completely under, but I'm in a completely different headspace when I'm doing the Estes method. And these guys, they scare the crap out of me every time they pull me out of it.
Tie your shoulder.
Yeah, they tap my shoulder and I jump every single time.
I don't know why that scares them.
We did an episode down in Pennsylvania. We did an investigation at
Old Mill Village.
Yeah, no, the stone bridge there.
Oh no, that was still in New York. Buddy.
Oh, was that in New York?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's on the border.
Yeah, Roscoe, New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
But during that investigation, that was when I had one of the worst experiences / best experiences I've had with the Estes method, because the investigation that we did was particularly violent. And while I was under, I wasn't getting a lot of responses through, but I was getting a lot of emotion built up. So I was getting more angry every second I was in this trance. And like I wanted to fight, I wanted to just nobody touch me because I was getting really, really angry. And it wasn't until I got pulled out that I started to calm down again. And I just kind of like distanced myself away from everybody for a couple of minutes, gained my composure, and came back. But that was probably the worst / best experience I've had doing the Estes method, because it filled me with such raw emotion,
Which actually we did get on film
Yeah.
with, He's resting his arms on the armchair. You know, we got one of those little camping chairs that we let him sit in. And you just see his arms like just clenching like this. And he starts shaking. And that's when we're like, maybe we should pull him out. We're not getting any answers with our questions. And so, you know, very
from a distance with a
from
stick.
a distance,
With a stick.
go like that and run away. And that, you know, that brought him out.
And I'm normally not a violent person at all. You know, I'm pretty mellow.
But the theory behind the Stone Arch Bridge is that there was a murder there, you know. And what if the spirit was, you know, conducting himself onto you,
Right.
You know, so there's so many variables that we don't know about, but we try to figure it out. As you know, Scott, you know, as an investigator yourself, we're always asking the questions of what can we do, you know, what can we do, what can we ask, you know, to figure out. And when we do, you know, ask these questions or try to put ourselves under a trance, like you were saying, you know, we don't know what the variables are going to be. You know?
You always give like I don't know a poll about this bar. They put the handle on it and you just tap them from the
It's a smart idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I'll get one of the light poles.
Throw a rock or something.
They're good. You go ahead and patent that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll let you have that idea. I got enough patents. I'm good.
Yeah, like you talk about first few years, because I'm more of an empath now, and I can tell certain places when I go in, there's going to be good and there bad night usually, but I first realized that one time doing the investigation that there's a fire at a place, and then I got real hot and burning, like I was burning up. And I usually get ballots to go back and found out that somebody died in that fire over there.
Wow.
So I like feeling that, but I'm also susceptible EMF, which sucks.
You know.
Yeah, I hate that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we like you in the STMFD too. We got a lot of good stuff in there out of that, but but I have another video here. It's called Ramper Showcase.
Okay.
Simple.
Alright, I'm down on your level now. How's that? Is that better?
Oh my god, the door just opened. Did you just leave?
All by itself.
No, it's closing. Oh, it just opened by itself.
There's nobody out there. And nobody's out there.
He shut that when we were filming, remember? No.
There's nobody out there.
It happened when we were filming too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it because I got over here just as it opened.
I watched you shut that. Did you just, can you answer over the spirit box? Did you just open the door? Yes.
Nobody else.
Did somebody come in?
I got goosebumps
Or did you try to leave?
That was awesome.
I thought like
I watched it
or
too.
one
I'm
of
like,
the other boys like
and
push
you
open
didn't
the door.
move right for it to vibrate or anything.
Yeah.
Whose is that?
That's my
cool.
fifth ball.
Are you sitting on the bed?
Go ahead, sit down.
Hi. Can you touch my hand? Wow. Just say no.
Yeah.
Say no. Child. It sounded like a child.
Wow, that's good. Yes.
That was
open. Yeah.
that was actually one of our best captures that we had.
It was amazing the way it all happened because we split up into two teams. The entirety of our team was there, and the other team was downstairs, and we were upstairs. And we had closed the door specifically so that there was no cross chatter between the two.
No noise contamination
between the two groups. And the door latched. You could hear it latch as it closed. And it was amazing that I just happened to move
I'm glad that you did.
as soon as that happened. That was awesome.
It was perfect timing too, man. That was perfect timing because
Wow.
even with vibrations of the house, as old as it is, you can't walk through and open the door. And we actually did have the one. We call it a paranormal blooper. It's at the end of the film when we were first filming this one scene, and Nikki was inside the room filming this shot, and the first time doing the shot, there's noises. There's like a knock inside the room with her, and this part of the movie is like, well, that's not in the script, and why would the antagonist be doing that, at this certain scene? And it was just like, even when we were filming, they were doing these things to us, so it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But that was actually the best capture that we've ever had with our team, So.
I know, like, video evidence is kind of hard to catch. And we caught our best video evidence only a few years ago. We were at a school in Poasttown Elementary School out here in Ohio. And we were setting stuff up, and they had an old steel wheelchair that they used that the old leather bucket seats.
With the wooden footholds on the bottom.
Yeah. So they would take me around, doing that. We gotta have fun too. We go, we're serious and we have fun.
Yeah, you gotta have fun a little bit.
Yes, we actually had in the gymnasium, there was a basketball fence, and they had these basketballs laying around, and they weren't really full at all. So well, I was knowing, one of the guys put the basketball on that seat, and me and my friend were down in the lunchroom, sitting in base camp, and they come down and they're like, well, you guys upstairs? No, I'm down here all the time. Hey, bullshit. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, he said, we had a basketball chair. We're about to check our equipment, make it start turned on, which it was. Everything was turned on in the gymnasium. Well, my friend downstairs at his VCR, video camera, so DVR. And he has that at the gymnasium point towards the stage where the wheelchair was. They said that basketball was in the middle of the floor that they put in that chair. I'm like, well, no way. So he went up, he got his video camera, fall down. Here we caught that ball flying off that chair. All cool stuff. And I have it here, you don't see it?
Sure.
It's like 4 years ago.
Screen, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I still do something different with that.
Yeah. I'm like, we're both watching like, okay, what's going to happen? Oh, that was a great shot, dude.
Yeah, it came out and came back a little bit then. So,
that's amazing.
And that's like, wow, when it hits, man.
Yeah. And that had force behind it too.
Yeah. And that was at it's at Poasttown Elementary School.
Okay.
Here in Ohio. It's like an hour down the road from me. But that's a good place to go. We got to start working on Ohio.
Yeah,
That's a good place. So,
I wish, the, um, in our first season we did old school, which is now like the community theater center,
Mhm.
um, in Norwich, and when we went there, um, oh, I wish I had it on video too, because that was actually like a face to face with a spirit for me. Um, we were in the old auditorium, and I was going in between the seat rows, and you know, I'm walking towards the center, and I look back at TJ with the camera, and he's got it on me, and excuse me, all of a sudden I turn back this way, and all of a sudden there's a face of this old man, like right in my face, and I wish that it showed up on video, but you see me like that. Did you see that?
I didn't see what you saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you saw my
But I saw your
reaction.
reaction.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You always want to make sure that we always have the cameras rolling.
oh,
You know,
yeah,
even with just regular investigations, uh,
yeah.
if you don't get it on video, it didn't happen.
Right.
Unfortunately, you know.
But the weird instance we had was New York. There's a Palmer Historical Museum and the Jack Phillips store,
Elmira?
and Palmer, New York.
Okay. Palmer. Okay.
Yeah, you guys need to go to the museum. It's great.
Okay.
Well, anyways, we're gonna tour, and my friend Bill had the video camera,
Mhm.
and there was a door that was there separating different rooms, and then so it was you can see reflections and stuff.
Mhm.
But he sent me a video as he pans by with the camera.
Mhm.
He comes back. Yeah, dude, was double take because he didn't see his face at all.
Yeah.
He saw what was behind him.
Yeah.
So, like, what? Something weird happened there that
Right.
he, you know what I mean? He was looking there, but he wasn't there.
Wow.
So we kept calling vampire.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, but weird stuff like that makes you think, I mean, that place was got a lot of stuff out there.
Well, we'll put that on the
You
list.
I know you're in New York and stuff, but have you wanted to get back to Hinsdale House again?
Mm.
So, I mean, how many people will you have in your group altogether? 5?
That'd be nice. That'd be
How
nice.
many people in?
I think we're up to 8.
Eight.
Oh, yeah.
8 on the
That's,
crew.
Yeah.
that's a pretty big group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we did some pretty big locations, like the Council of the Arts building that we were just talking about, and there's a couple other places that have been big enough to justify having more than just 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that's when we brought Kim and Chris onto the crew. So we had the ability to spread out a little bit more over these big locations.
And buy
Yeah.
more cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I have 2 H-channel DVRs back in my closet because I collecting dust.
Well,
got
you
tons
don't
of-
want to sell them.
Yeah, I mean, I can. They're like they're 12 years old, but I guess they are fine.
Yeah.
We're going to reuse them because locations and you're paying for location. You're sometimes like $7 a weekend
Mhm.
to go to these places, and then you don't want to spend. And they only give you some locations if you do overnight, and
Yeah.
they 6 hours for station time. You don't want to spend 2 hours setting up doing stuff too.
Yeah.
So we cut back on that to just doing DVR setting up around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So got a lot of evidence that way. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad shape and like a keyboard from the So
Huh.
they're pain ass to haul.
Yeah.
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 We have like 2 big hockey bags full of cables and
Yeah. Yeah. How many? Unfortunately, when I had to sell my old car, so I'm in my wife's old Jeep, and now the trunk space is a lot smaller. So now it's trunk space and the back seat, plus with the car seat.
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta get one of those camper lids for on top of the car.
That'd be sweet.
Storage
That would be
packs.
sweet.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
tell your wife you want it for Christmas.
Yeah, it's coming right up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
I get toys for Christmas.
yeah.
I'm used to one toy for a year, so
Sorry, bud.
I have this thing here. The one guy, me and my friends started doing a group back in New York, and we got this guy who's our tech.
Mhm.
And he built this music box.
Oh, nice. He built that?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
actually to cut the parts out, he used a 3D printer.
Mm.
Yeah. And if you look at here's the sensor in front.
Okay.
And
Yep.
inside you can see the speaker in here.
Nice.
And then there's a little 9-volt battery case down here.
Well, yeah.
And this one, it's an MP3 player, so I can put different.
Oh, so you can actually have the recorder in there too.
The different sounds.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is cool.
And these batteries now, but I have real eerie. I got a child singing for it.
Mhm.
But the last one I have on is a chicken dance.
Ah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got the work once at the fire hall, so
Mhm. Huh. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
I love my toys.
Yeah.
They actually got a new TV I carried a couple years ago. So
Nice. Well, unfortunately, Scott, I'm going to have to get off here, my friend.
yeah, me
It's
too.
getting a little late on our end.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But
That's fine. I had a great time tonight. Once you
Absolutely.
guys go through your stuff,
Yeah.
I'm going to look into your series and everything. I will, after the show, put all your stuff in my comments, your links and stuff to your YouTube. And are you remember episodes all day on your YouTube channel?
Yeah. Every season, every episode is
Yep.
on our YouTube channel.
All right.
and the film too.
And the film, yeah.
And film. Is the film, do you have the film on Amazon or anything or no?
No, not yet.
No, we
Not yet.
looking into it eventually, but
Yeah. Right now we're showing our followers that have been with us for the longest time, and we thank them immensely, with sticking with us.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like our thank you to them that, hey, we're going to leave this on the channel. Right now the film is going through circulation with film festivals across the United States.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Australia. We have one. We're waiting back to hear from Australia Indie Fest, not until May. But we did actually place 6th place for Best Film Doc with Boston Indie Film Fest.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yep. So we did place the selection with that.
yeah, pretty good for never doing it
Yeah,
before. Doing
freaking
all the editing ourselves and
super
everything.
amateurs with filmmaking, especially no background.
Yeah.
So that was a huge achievement for us, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like a little bit like, hey, we did so good with this. What if we make another film in the future?
Motivation for the future.
Yeah. There's a lot of software out there. I use Cyberlink Power Director for my stuff. So
We
that's good
we
fun.
use Coral Video Studio.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep, they're
Yeah.
great. They're great. Easy.
I use it for Coral also. Yeah.
That
Yep.
was weird.
Cool.
It was really weird.
All right, gentlemen. I had a blast tonight, and I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on,
so much.
and it's my pleasure having you on. So,
Absolutely.
I'll get you guys back on again. But I'm booked out to February right now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, sometime next year, maybe after May when you get your awards.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully
first
that'd be
place.
great. Hopefully number one, number one
First place.
in Australia. But
Number
that's
one,
all right.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
But
All right.
thank you so much again, Scott. We do appreciate you,
You
having us
bet.
on here. And great conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great to have the same minds.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, definitely makes better conversation piece. You know,
Well, oh yeah, it does.
so
All right, guys. So,
thank you, Scott. Thank you,
Yep.
everybody.
till next time, happy hunting, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes, happy hunting. Stay spooky.
Go, guys.
Take care.
See you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.